Hi, how you doing? Are you okay? Nobody cares. We're doing the CAO Toro Brazilia throwback, not opposed to the Brazilian. That's something you do at one of those wax centers, and not that I ever called those places, but maybe it's changed. Back in the day, though, if you called and asked for a Brazilian, and they're like, "Oh, is it for your girlfriend or your wife?" You're like, "No, it's for me." And they're like, "Sorry, no male clients." I'm sure now it's changed because you can't. It is what it is. But my point is, though, it might not go like you think. I never done that though. But it was about equality. I just wanted to know. Like, you know what I'm saying? No, how come? I don't know. Anyways, but my point is, Brazilian tobacco. This is a Brazilian tobacco wrapper, but all Nicaraguan. Now, you know my issues with Brazilian tobacco. I don't like cigars with tons of Brazilian tobacco, meaning if it's a lot in the filler, or a filler and a wrapper, or a wrapper and a binder and a filler, it's just too much. That's just for me, though. There are people that love Brazilian tobacco. I don't mind if it's just on a wrapper. I can hang out with it. It is what it is. I'm gonna cut this. My cutter is still under the chair. I keep on remembering only when I'm smoking a cigar, and I have a pocket knife. So then it's like, what's the point? You know what I'm saying, though? What is the point? Well, it's just a very single thin cap. Well, got a pretty full cap. The cigar is slightly, I would say, squishy. That's not a construction issue. It's more of being a little wet. I think the cigar, I just bought it today, was probably, when you have mainstream cigars that are always been available and been around for a long time, they might not just fly off the shelf at any shop. And so I bet this probably sat in that humidor for some time, and it's going to be more moist than, let's say, something that's only been there for a few weeks. You want to use soft, gentle heat. It's preferable. Wow, these are good matches. Got some decent wood today. I asked your sister. That's what it is. Soft, gentle heat. Wow, we're going to go all the way. Now, this was a cigar that years ago, I feel like 2011 or 12, long time ago, I remember it being very popular. The draw is very good. I remember being very popular. This was CAO's most popular offering at the time. On a little bit of a higher end side compared to this at the time, the Mafia, the original Soprano cigars. Those were expensive for its time. I remember the boxes seemed so cool, the Sopranos, and they were. Now it might seem a little gimmicky. It came in a coffin, but right there, medium plus, great smoke output. Brazilian tobacco, at least in this case, it's only the wrapper. It's a darker cigar. It's like 75% darkness. But I find Brazilian tobacco, unlike a Mexican San Andreas, let's say with Nicaraguan or whatever, or a Connecticut broadleaf Maduro, etc. I find Brazilian tobacco on a wrapper on the darker side that it achieves good or great darkness lots of times, but it has no balls. the flavor of the wrapper, you know, because the way it gets pushed by the fillers, I find lots of times it has a swampy vibe, a sweaty, swampy, dank, damp, almost marijuanic type of vibe, which is not really my thing. I don't do that shit. 40, almost 41 years old, and look at the hair. I don't do drugs. Heavy medium plus right there. But for a Brazilian cigar, I like it. I don't love this cigar right now, but I like it because it's not all Brazilian. It's Nicaraguan tobacco, binder filler, with the Brazilian wrapper. So the overall vibe, although it's, I find dark Brazilian cigars, they just have a different type of energy to it. And it's my least favorite amongst Maduros. Like if you said, well, would you rather have a Brazilian Maduro? You know, whatever case or Oscuro, whatever it is. And whatever, Monofina, whatever, or whatever, Arapica type of, or that crazy one that they make the basin, you know, with all the Amazon stuff. Or would you rather have a Mexican San Andreas Maduro with Nicaraguan tobacco? Or Connecticut broadleaf? Or Honduran type of Oscuro? You know. The Brazilian would be my last choice. Every time. So this I'm admitting to, but that's a personal preference, baby. I guess I don't like funky, swampy, kind of weird, sour, but not. Put it this way too, like you really let me know when you said, man, that was a strong Brazilian cigar. Never had it. So I don't think when you have Brazilian wrappers, I don't think, and I'm not talking about a Brazilian wrapper like wop 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 wop, gonna fuck him up, wop 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 wop, gonna do my stuff. I'm not talking about a rapper like Kanye West or Kendrick Lamar. That's a rapper. A Brazilian rapper. I don't know how would you rap in. How would you rap in Brazilian? Wax that ass. But he's not even doing like a Hispanic accent. It's just like, and he's doing it in English. I don't even know how I'm gonna fuck this up. Hey, Bobby, you want that salami? Oh, that's like some guy in the 1970s hitting on a girl walking down Broadway in Manhattan. And she's like, you're such a perv, Pete. It's like the same guy, Pete, every day. It's like, one day you'll give me a chance. Like, now, I'm totally missing the point of a Brazilian rap. Brazilian rappers, though, there is no strong Brazilian cigars. Because you can't push Brazilian rappers, they don't take the power well. They don't. Picture you could have a hollow point design, but it might be good to expand fast, but it doesn't go great with deep penetration and expansion. And if you push it too hard, it's just gonna implode. I don't like what Brazilian tobacco does, really. I don't. There's times I can enjoy it, like I'm enjoying this, but like look, there's really no like, oh my God, like there's this really Opus X level Brazilian cigar. False. You know what I'm saying, though? Very, very, very unlikely to happen. Now, there are some people that are starting to make Brazilian Cameroon, and that's a whole nother topic. Okay? Because at that point, you're, changing things up. But my point is, I'm not trying to shit on Brazilian tobacco. I only use the toilet bowl. But it's just enjoyable cigar. Coffee, espresso note. Black pepper, but none of it is bold. I always find that Brazilian cigars, they have a vibe to it. It's swampy, damp, slightly pungent, slightly sour. But nothing is pushed. It's there, but all the flavors like lazy. The flavors like, man. Like there's black pepper in here, but it's like, man. There's coffee note in here, but it's like, man. Like everyone's waiting for the other guy to do something. I'll say it, fucking Brazilian tobacco's got no fucking balls. So it's very misleading. Like it has a presence. It's got a vibe right now. It's a heavy medium plus, but when you look at the notes, there is a mild chocolate to it. But everything just feels like, I don't know. I'll come back. It's not a bad cigar at all. I think it's a good blend for Brazilian with Nicaraguan tobacco. Thank God there's Nicaraguan tobacco in it. But, yeah, I'll say it again. I'll say it again. And no offense to Brazilian people or Brazilian volleyball or Brazilian bikini waxing. No offense to any of them. Or Brazilian, like, steakhouses or their soccer teams. No offense to any of that. But I find Brazilian tobacco really to be some of my least favorite. It has a real vibe to it, and it's pungent, but it's got no balls, and so it's just like, it just feels like mediocre. Like what the fuck is this? Like I don't know. I don't like it. So I'm not saying the cigar is not good quality at all. I'm not saying that at all. But like you take a cigar like the BX3, where it's like, you know, Brazilian tobacco in the binder, wrapper, and filler, bro, just throw me off a cliff. Don't call me Cliff. Well, we're back. We're going fine. Slightly off a little bit, but it's self-correcting. I'm gonna dump that ash here. You can see the cherries pulling, so yeah, the cigar is just a little wet, but operating fine. Here we go. That ash doesn't want to go. Wow. One tap and it went. So we're still at a medium plus, but the blend's getting a little more complex, which I'm happy about. It got some nice sweetness to it, more of like a sweet apple note, which is actually quite nice. It's like a fruity note, which is quite nice. I think that it's just being reflective of what I prefer or what I like to see. I find that Brazilian wrapped cigars, due to their pungent nature, even though they're not, well, I guess they're strong in some aspects, but they lack in others. And the fact that they really don't have a lot of earth or a lot of spice in any way, shape, or form, I think that pisses me off. And I'm just being honest. So if you're looking for a strong cigar, no. It's a dark cigar, sure. It's got some flavor to it. And I think it is enjoyable. But for my preference, what I look for, so of course, so if you're looking for not really a very spicy or earthy, and not that those are the only two factors I want in a cigar. I want some type of balance or other flavors. But when you take a dark cigar and you only make a medium plus, And it's not like a delicious dessert type of cigar with so much pungent, beautiful flavor. Okay. So when you make it like medium plus, and it's not like some beautiful super blend, so it's got some vague stuff and some sweet sourness to it. It has a damp vibe, like it's kind of pungent. It's a very watered down milk chocolate note, which I don't like that. The sweet apple note, which is in there, which is part of it. Okay, I'll take that. If we could just get a little, if we can get a lot more black pepper spice out of this, I could get more behind it. That's just my opinion on this cigar, or on a lot of Brazilian cigars. That now I didn't try the AJ Fernandez, the new Brazilian. Now, I don't have an answer for that. I don't know. Now, I'm not saying it can't be done to make a stronger, more heavy, medium, the full strength cigar that has Brazilian wrapper. But I really haven't seen it done. Like the Basin cigars, those are not strong cigars. Pungent, sure, but like this is not a strong cigar. It does have a nice coffee note though. So, is this cigar enjoyable? Yeah, it could be enjoyable. But get it in your mind that you're not going into a CAO Brazilia, or really any Brazilian wrapped cigars with, with balls. It just really doesn't happen. And that's, if that's what you want or you're okay with, then fine. You know what I'm saying though? So, I don't know. I don't know. I sound like I'm complaining, and I kind of am. So I'm being aware of my feelings. I'm trying to work on them. It's going to be a 4.4 on this. They're affordable. The quality's there. Construction, that's fine. So it's kind of unique in a sense, but I've said it before, I'm just not the hugest fan of what Brazilian tobacco does. There's times where, it could be done right, I guess, but why, Richie? Complaining Richie. Who wants to watch this? Well, it's the truth, though. The cigar affects my mood, so. Maybe if we get a CAO Brazilia by AJ Fernandez. I guess what I'm trying to say is, which I've said it already. When you make a cigar, this is 75% dark. When you make a cigar dark, I kind of want it to be at least medium full, and I need to have some type of spice. Okay, if it doesn't have tons of earth, okay. But it's got to have some kind of, like, power factor to it. So what does it have? It's got flavor, but funky. It's like just stuff thrown all over the place. So I don't think all the flavors unite and make some type of cohesive blend. That's my opinion. I kind of know what I'm talking about. So it is what it is. Can you chill with the Brazilia? Absolutely. Can you have a good time? Sure. Maybe it's better if you're drunk, I don't know. And I don't condone drinking, like to get drunk. Have one drink, okay. But I don't know, maybe this blend, I don't know. And I don't think like Brazilian cigars really go well with coffee because of their funky type of swamp jungle vibe to and this one is not as swampy as like a BX3 or a Basin. Those, you only got some real Brazilian jungle swamp type of vibe. You smoke the Amazon Basin or you smoke the BX3 and you'll know what I'm talking about. Now some people love those cigars, and to them I say God bless you. That is, and I'll be honest up front, those kind of blends, oof, not for me. I'm not a fan. So, um, you know, maybe perhaps I could get behind maybe Brazilian as a binder or some type of in the filler. And if you have maybe some type of Mexican Andreas or Connecticut broadleaf, or who knows, it could even be maybe a Connecticut shade, but maybe that as a filler aspect could give something unique to that. But I'm just saying, to giving it the highest position, the wrapper, which wraps up the whole cigar and becomes picture like a balloon. Yeah, balloon's full of air, right? And when it's expanded, like the air is taking greater dimension in a sense by volume than just the balloon. But the balloon is all the air is pushing and expanding what the balloon is, if that makes any sense. So the wrapper is the most important position. I just can't stress. And if you think not, take a cigar, go smoke a brand that does three-way. I mean that is, take like Rocky Patel will do it, or Perdomo exclusively. A shade type of Connecticut vibe, a sun-grown, and a Maduro with the same binder and filler. Take their Connecticut and take their sun-grown and tell me with the same binder and filler, are those the same cigars? Well, it's only a wrapper. It's only one leaf. Let me know. They will not have the same vibe at all. At all. You change the wrapper from a shade to a sun-grown or sun-grown to Maduro with the same binder and filler, it's going to change the cigar. So therefore, the wrapper is the most powerful position as far as the direction. The strength of the wrapper, yeah, the higher the priming, sure, but the strength and the way it's pushed, and the character though, and the length of finish, and which, oh yeah, this doesn't have a very long, heavy finish. Well, thank God, I guess. That's just another factor to the cigar really not having any balls. Generally, strong cigars that are around medium full or higher generally have a long, heavy finish. But this, I've had plenty of cigars that are medium strength with long, heavy finish. So it is what it is. But I'm glad this doesn't have a long, heavy finish. I think we're done here. I mean, we're getting towards the last third here, almost there, but there's no need to come back. The cigar is well made. It is enjoyable. 75% darkness, but I don't really fuck with Brazilian wrap cigars. And I definitely don't really fuck with cigars that have more than one level of Brazilian in the cigar. That's just my opinion, though. If you get down with that, you like Brazilian wrapper and fillers, well, good for you. You could smoke mine. You could have it. It's all for you, Damien. You can have it. I'll take Honduran, Dominican, Connecticut, Ecuadorian, etc. Sumatra, Corojo, Criollo, Esteli, Lapa. I'll take all that shit. Peruvian. I'll take all that shit over a heavy Brazilian cigar. But again, if you like a dark cigar with no balls, with like, no spice, and a swampy vibe, that's a little funky, then you're gonna love it. You're gonna love it. I'll see you around. You stay fresh. 4.4.